Is brat summer greenwashing? How does one embody the brat summer? We've all heard of this, which is the antithesis to last year's bright pink extravaganza of the Barbie in the Era store. Brat summer is the trend of this careless, messy, and unapologetically herself party girl, which was fueled with the release of Charlie XCX's album, Brat. And Charlie XX went on to say that all that's needed to embody this persona is a pack of cigarettes and a strappy white top.
It's like a pack of cigs and like a Bic lighter.
Yes.
And
Right.
like a strappy white top
Yeah.
with no bra.
Yeah.
That's like kind of all you need.
Which has been contradictory due to her brand deals recently. And although, to give her a little bit of a slight benefit, she did say in this interview that it also can take more of a luxury route.
Yeah.
That's brat summer.
It can go that way, like kind of like quite like luxury, but it can
Yes.
also be like so like trashy.
So, why are we talking about this, and why is this a topic of conversation now specifically? What made Brat Summer so compelling? Fans were initially turned on by this trend as it takes a far more socially conscious approach to the way we consume content and the damage to our planet. It's a devious nod to the recession that the 1920s lacked during their roaring years due to, well, the disease. A big selling point for the viewer to be lured into this trend is how simple it is to be a part of this. It's sleazy, it's messy, it's irreverent, it's careless, and it's green. Pretty much, you could just stop caring and be a little more messy. So don't wear a bra, throw on some smudgy eyeliner, head to the club in a simple tank top and messy hair, and you'd be embracing the trend. It's all about embracing singularity, partying, and not conforming to social expectations. Societal pressures such as buying into trends, which is what the public has been doing for years on end now at this point, as styles have come in and out of fashion, which has been so quick and so vast, so much, that this is a big factor that made this specific movement so appealing. Fast fashion is not brat. So when did this change? What could have possibly gone wrong? As Charlie's clearly leans into this authenticity of this era, well, apparently we don't have all that's needed to embody this brat persona. You need something else. The H&M and Charlie XCX collab. That it's very obviously meant to be styled in a signature brat aesthetic,
I mean, let me ask the audience.
with their fast fashion clothes tailored to appear secondhand. Literally, you cannot make this stuff up. Charlie is collaborating with a very openly exploitative brand that's destroying the planet on a movement that's centered around not conforming to said destruction. It's terrible. Because if the practices that this brand and many other brands continue, then the planet will indefinitely not last much longer. Not only that, but we are in a terrible cost of living crisis, and these prices are not cheap. And you'd think that fast fashion equals low prices, but apparently that's not even true anymore, especially with someone on the level of Charlie's name on the collection. They're able to easily just hike the prices up, and people will buy into it. Behind Brat's torn persona. When we hear the term brat, we usually think of someone being annoying, and it's especially used when describing children who are not obeying rules. And it's shifted to be described mostly on women who is too cool to conform to society and isn't independent in that decision, which in today's society is crucial and admirable. As with trends such as Barbie and the Eras tour last year, people were buying into clothes that were most likely used once and then just thrown out. And then the following year, this year, one whole year later, having a trend that with the artist attached, saying that you don't need to buy into it and that you already have everything needed for the aesthetic, it was just so insanely enlightening, only for it to not be a 180 of the same craze we've been seeing for years, but it's
360.
the same trends that come and go, that you must buy into to feel included. The vintage feel around the photos so far of the campaign have been insane, especially in the descriptor that they use, heirloom style. Ah, yes. A massive fast fashion brand trying to be secondhand.
Yeah, 360.
when it's just so much cheaper to buy secondhand in the first place. It's just sad how this movement has turned from being culturally aware and anti-capitalist to rich people cosplaying poor people. It's gone from being simply yourself, liberating, embracing chaos, only for Charlie to switch up and put on and promote a faux fur coat that you too can wear for the low price of $100. The origin of the word brat and how it correlates today. The word brat is inherently connected to nature, as its origin began as describing cloak, and as in a piece of clothing. So the word brat is quite literally connected to clothing, and so in that sense, how ironic it is that this era has turned into just that. Although, the word brat was also historically used to describe plumage, as in nature. So if you combine the two words, it's covering or cloaking oneself in nature, which clothes are made from nature. But instead, brat is really making clothes that mimic plumage, that are killing animals, and the world as we know it for a quick buck, just to continue their lavish lifestyles that are piggybacked off of the poor. So it's pretty crazy to hear how it correlates today. And it makes me wish that this trend could have been built off of that foundation already existing to become an opposition to capitalism in the state of our world, the economy, the politics, everything in between. Overall, just as we are, green in brat and its meanings. It's just sad to feel right in the decision of welcoming someone you see as alternative, who's speaking up against the royal world, problems that we face only for them to turn out to be capitalism masking itself as one of us. And I don't mean to sound absolutely batshit crazy when talking about the current state of the world as it is on the brink of extinction. It is just saying things as they are, and that if we don't do something and make a change, be the difference, in a way, being green, which would mean being evolved, which would be being politically aware, being engaged in the world's problems and using one's voice to hope for a better day, or on the opposition, being green can mean standing out, being loud and proud about who you are, being literally the center of attention and wearing it apparently. Or in a way, being green can be both, to create an absolute literal superhuman. But the color itself is directly correlated to nature. The outdoors, where nature is green, where the world thrives and nature lives on, animals live with the nature harmoniously. And unfortunately, Charlie is shifting brat into a direction that does not allow itself and nature to live close-knit. Now, I know it sounds that I'm completely tearing down Charlie as a person, but in no way do I dislike her, and although it personally took me a while to get into her music, I do objectively love her. I love her songs, and many things that she stands for. I think she's very alluring and that she's very magnetizing as a human being. And it seems like that she's a morally good person, but there are just some questionable decisions that I think she makes. And she is just the topic of this one single conversation. This can very easily be said about so many other individuals, so please just be respectful when discussing her specifically, as I am only comfortable saying these things as I believe that she has so much potential in her. So it might be anticlimactic to share this now, but I do have a song that I would like to share with you guys called Pantomime. It will be on an upcoming project that I am currently working on. I would like to make a video about that project specifically. It's very deep and personal, especially vulnerable. The song is on all streaming platforms at Zyroom, or you can just view my channel. All the links will be below if you would like to listen. Yeah, I apologize for the little promotion considering today's topic. But before we do close the video, I would like to definitely just keep the conversation going. And I would like to ask you all, how do you think that we can get out of this cycle of consuming products and evolving with trends so vastly, so quickly? I think it's specifically prevalent considering how close we were with this one But that's all for today. Before you leave, I really would appreciate if you guys do subscribe and like this video and turn on post notifications, share the video if anything helps at all. Many of my viewers are consistent, but not subscribed actually. So make sure that you do that so you never miss another video. Just like this one. And that's all. I hope y'all have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.